My mom's cleaning up the kitchen from her dinner. Not, I'm fasting. It's my last day of fasting, and I get to eat tomorrow, but I need to be careful. Especially when you haven't eaten any solid food in 3 days, you need to, really be gentle with your belly, with your body. Inside Edition was on, a commercial was on, I guess Mockingjay Part 2 is coming out on the 20th. I'm going to have to go see that in the theater. The Part 1 I watched on video because I didn't get to the theater in time and the movie was gone. But I had to see that in the theater as well. But anyway, Inside Edition, something with Christy Brinkley is so unbelievably fucking gorgeous. At age 60, it's just mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. And you can say, well, she's had plastic surgery. Oh, I'm sure she has. But there are lots of women, who have had plastic surgery in that Hollywood world who don't look as stunning as she does at age 60. You know what I mean? She's like unbelievable. Some people just age better too. You know what I mean? That's why sometimes these mean people I've seen out here, stars that are aging badly, and you can have all the plastic surgery in the world and it's not gonna, they can look better, but Christy Brinkley still looks fucking amazing. I mean, fuck, Jesus Christ. Stoney. When I was in that emergency domestic violence shelter, my caseworker at the day, we were chatting. I mean, these people can tell that I'm not stupid, okay? They know I'm college educated, but that doesn't even mean anything. They can tell just talking to me that I'm not stupid, that I'm aware of the world and this, that, whatever. And she, my caseworker took me to the court to get the temporary restraining order against Donald. And I was granted that. A lawyer, because I was in a shelter, helped me for free make something that the judge would read that wasn't too long, but she talked to me for quite some time, the free lawyer. But while we were waiting to go in, my caseworker was saying, like, similar things, like what you said, you might be, she says to me, I swear to God, you guys don't have to believe me, she did. I can't remember verbatim, but it was more or less looking at me, like, complimenting me, like, do you know if you went on some kind of, exactly what you said, Stoney, mood stabilizer, some kind of, I know you don't want to take meds, Laura, but if you just went on some kind of thing just to stabilize your mood or whatever, I believe there's nothing you couldn't accomplish. That's how she felt about me. She's like, she looked at me, she's like, you could do anything you wanted to do, if you took the psych meds, which I'm not going to do, but I said this one time in a video, years ago when this happened, I said the same thing, yeah. You can do anything you set your mind, there's nothing you can't accomplish, Laura, but the stipulation is you have to go on some kind of psych med. Which I'm not doing. I don't believe in them. I'm not going to do it, period. It doesn't matter what you say, I don't believe in them, period. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to deal with the shit on my own, and that's it. I'm not taking any kind of psych med. And John Rappaport and Mike Adams, my main men who, are known to the world, back me up 100%, back up my beliefs 100%, and Joe, my main man who's not known to the world, backs me up 100% in regards to not going on any type of psych meds. But I respect your opinion. You're not going, you think you're the first who said that to me? No. My emergency domestic violence shelter caseworker had no reason to, she wasn't doing anything to like feed my ego or anything. She just said, if you just went on something, I don't think there's anything you couldn't accomplish, Yeah. Doesn't mean it's true, of course. Doesn't mean it's true. It's a nice compliment. But again, the stipulation is you got to go on some kind of psych meds, or otherwise, you know. Anyway, I getting ready to cook. Getting ready to cook. I think I want to cook up a nice big batch of brown rice. Remember one of those Women's World things was saying about how you get resistance starch. Here's one of those things where you don't have a consensus on anything. It really pisses me off about existence. I recently read something on MSNBC, and one of the things you shouldn't recook is rice. And then this featured in Women's World magazine saying one of the best things you can do for weight loss is to cook rice and then leave it overnight, like 12 hours, and then recook it, reheat it, or whatnot. And it's, you know, there's no consensus on anything. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. So, I'm getting ready to cook. I'm not sure what I'm going to cook. It's going to be stuff for tomorrow, though, obviously, because now I'm fasting, so I won't be eating any of it. I think I'm going to cook some rice up. I should try cooking like the mullet or the... Yeah? Okay, thanks, Mama. I'm coming out. She made squash. I needed her to wash the... She cooked. I mean, she made a mess in the kitchen, so I had her clean it up, and now I'm going to cook. After I'll cook, I'll clean up my mess. I should try cooking some of those grains that I purchased, like the millet and the farro, you know. We bought them. I should at least try making them. I don't know. I think right now I'll just make some brown rice. Saute. I prefer blending the kale and the NutriBullet because then you can get all it's a granite kale and you can get all the stems and everything. You don't have to waste part of the kale like you do when you fry it up. I'm going to cook and do something with the kale. Probably blend it up and have it in soup. But I think the spinach and mushrooms I'm going to saute in a coconut oil, and then I'm going to make rice too. And that'll be a meal Mama and I can have tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to do some cooking now. Some cooking where it's in the refrigerator and we can eat it for days, me and Mama. You know what I mean? Not cooking to eat right now. Cooking in, bulk to have. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Don't know what's, generally they say when you've fasted for a day or two, especially for 3 days, that when you go back to eating solid foods, they want you to stick with fruit or something. But you know what? The last thing in the world I feel like eating when I haven't eaten in 3 days, especially when I've drank all this apple juice, is fruit. The last thing I feel like having is fruit. So one thing about me is when I fast, I've tended to not ease back into eating the way that I should. As in the kinds of food, I'm kind of thinking I want to make eggs tomorrow morning. Maybe eggs and avocado. Eggs, avocado, and baby spinach. I don't know. But yeah, you guys can suggest I go on psych meds, any kind of psych med till the cows come home, and I'm not going to do it, so. But I'm not upset with you suggesting it. Loads of people have, people on YouTube, people suggesting I go on psych meds, but I'm not doing it. a mood stabilizer is still a psychiatric medication, a man-made psychiatric medication, Stoney, okay? So attaching the word safe to it is not going to, you know, not going to appease me. It's not going to, like, sway me or anything, okay? The FDA will attach the word safe to every fucking psych med out there, and you guys know that. So, with that being said, I'm going to go cook. I'm going to go cook my basic meals that might be basic, but extremely healthy. They'd be extremely healthy even if they weren't organic, but they're more healthy if they are organic. And I have a new woman who said what guy before Michael who turned into a total fucking prick, and he said in the beginning that he suffers from depression. You'd think he'd have more compassion for someone like me, but no. He said the same thing. Organic is a buzzword. I disagree. 100% disagree. Organic uses no pesticides and no GMOs is involved in organic, okay? So you can think organic's a buzzword all you guys want to, but I believe to the contrary, and nobody's gonna convince me otherwise. No one's gonna sway my opinion when it comes to that, okay? To me, the fact is, loads and loads of pesticides and GMO versus no pesticides and no GMO is a no-brainer, okay? Organic's better, period. Period. So, you know, but you guys can believe what you want. It really doesn't matter to me. Everyone believes something different, and that, you know, a lot of people can't afford to eat organic, so I can afford it simply because I'm in a situation where I don't have bills to pay. I don't have to pay rent, you know. If I were not in that situation, I'd have to do what I could do, you know, just like anybody. But even people who say they can't afford it, there's ways to get around it. There's ways to eat cheaply, and one of the ways is to make stuff in bulk, you know. Organic vegetables might cost more, but if you make huge things of soup with them and freeze it and buy things when they're on sale and whatnot like I do, you know, it doesn't cost as much as you think. That's provided somebody wants to eat organic. Last time there's things out on MSN, and then people in the comments I was reading were saying, well, I can't afford it. And there are ways you can afford it, actually, if you really want to. A lot of people don't want to, and that's fine, you know. But organic's not a buzzword. It is. Nobody would convince me ever that organic's not better than non-organic, okay? Even those people who can't afford to eat organic or think they can't afford to eat organic still realize and recognize and acknowledge that organic is better. Okay? No-brainer. Non-GMO and no pesticides used versus GMO and pesticides. I mean, you know. Anyway, I need to go cook. I need to go cook. I need to go cook. I'm going to eat tomorrow morning. I'm definitely not going to do what I did one time at Joe's. It was really stupid. I was so dying to eat after fasting for 2 whole days that I ate. What the hell did I have? It was something that was like sweet and fattening. It was organic, of course, but it was sweet and fattening, and it might have been that delicious raw walnut butter that I used to get, and you put it on some kind of, I don't know, whatever it was, or it might have been cream cheese, whatever it was delicious and fattening, and I wound up not feeling very good, because that's not what you want to give to your body when you haven't given it any solid food in 2 whole days, you know, and now we're talking 3 whole days, no solid food. So I have to ease back into eating, even though by the end of my fast, just so you know, I want to eat everything under the sun, understandably, you know.